Hey, what's up everyone? Joker here from Joker Against the World. Give me all the love I know you have. Click that like, click that subscribe button. But for now, let's just get into the video.
I represented a husband. He worked since he's 16 years old saving money. And he bought a house prior to getting married. He bought it the week prior to getting married. Within 3 years, that house that he had put his entire life savings into was jointly titled. He was so upset that he lost half of that house, half of his life savings. You need to seek out a real estate lawyer. You have to remember that when you put the other spouse's name on the title, it gives them ownership and they own half of the house and half of the equity.
Crazy, right? I always knew that prenups are not gonna be bulletproof. A good lawyer will tear those to pieces. But I recently found out that you don't even need a good lawyer. All she has to do is claim that she was under a lot of stress while signing that prenup. So now, with 46 of marriages ending up in divorces and 80% of those divorces are being filed by women, just think twice before you get married, or maybe if you really want to protect yourself, never get married.
Well, this seems like we have a case of a guy who was not actually okay with the not doing 50-50. This was a guy who was putting on a front, a whole facade until he could not take it anymore. He would have never maintained the energy that you got from him on the first 2 dates because he probably thought that you were going to, like, get comfortable and complacent at some point. And what people need to understand that, like, there's a difference between, like, getting comfortable in the sense of, like, okay, I know that you're a good guy at this point who takes care of me and provides for me. And, I'm not afraid to get things for myself. Like, it's not a big deal. I have money. I'm not afraid to spend it.
Yeah, no. At this point, he realized that she's a gold digger and he just didn't want to spend any more time on her. Oh, I have money, I don't mind paying for myself. Well, obviously she did. She didn't want to pay for that Uber.
That's a normal level of comfort. But then there's the other aspect that's like, well, we're still just getting to know each other. Let me make sure he is the true gentleman that he showed me on day one before I start getting comfortable and, like, laying it all on the table and letting my guard down and getting vulnerable. You know what I mean? Like, you want to make sure that they could keep it up first before, you start telling them, oh, don't worry about it. You don't have to get my Uber. Oh, don't worry about it. You don't have to take me to dinner. You don't want to do that too quickly. You don't want to be like all in on having him do things for you on day 1 and 2, and then on day 3, you're like, okay, let me not. So I'm glad that you maintained your energy and that he showed his true colors to you, because that's exactly this. The issue is that, like, it never felt good to him to do 50-50 because he blew up.
What the hell are you talking about? They were not doing 50-50. She even says it in the comment. He was paying for everything. He just didn't want to pay for her Uber ride. He was not a simp, and she's a gold digger. You can try to come up with all these BS excuses. The reality is gonna be the same. She's a gold digger, and she just got butthurt because he didn't want to pay for her.
He wouldn't have had that reaction if this was like a new feeling. You know what I mean? For him to blow up over an Uber, what is that, $20? For him to blow up over an Uber means it's been bothering him that you don't do 50-50. So he had to take this to the next level. It wasn't just like, hey, I can't get your Uber. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't really know why he would not be able to have gotten it. But if that were the case, he could have just, like, normally told you, like, no. But instead, he made it a huge deal and blew up with you. And you should dead this guy, because clearly he's not who he showed you he was in the beginning. And he was never going to be able to maintain that anyway. And it got to the point where he got angry. That's a big red flag. Anger and blowing up over that? Yeah, no. Not a problem that you need to have in your life.
Okay, so I've read that comment 3 times now just to make sure. There's nowhere in that comment that he got angry. I'm guessing you're using anger just so it will fit your narrative, but sure. So pretty much your level of entitlement, it's never gonna end, right? Why didn't you make it clear on the first date that you want your Uber ride paid? You're blaming him for not being consistent. What changed on your end? Why only start asking for money before the third date? And if he was okay with paying for your Uber ride, what then? Fifth date, he would have paid your rent? 10 days would have brought you what? A vacation that he's gonna pay for so you can go alone even without him? Come on now. I do actually trust you when you say men need to do better. We need to stop simping and we need to stop validating this type of entitlement.
If you're intimidated by a woman with a high body count because she'll know how inadequate you are in bed, then just say it, sweetie. Say it with your whole chest, honey. You can do it. Let us know that your ideal opponent is someone who's never played the game before, because that's the only way you'll ever win.
Look at this lunatic. Intimidated? Intimidated by what? We are actually happy that you exist. Ever since you brought us hookup culture, I don't need to worry about expensive dates, expensive restaurants, or expensive anything. All I have to do now is find you in a bar and say yo. Before that, I needed to worry about you getting yours just as much as I'm gonna get mine. Now I need to worry that maybe 2 condoms are not gonna be enough for what you're spreading. And since all I have to worry now is about getting mine, I'm gonna be out that door even before you can say daddy issues. But anyway, this is gonna be it for today. Stay safe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.